In today's session of Divorce Court, Kris and Walter Reeder married for the first time in 1985, but after 5 years, the marriage was over. 4 years later, they were back in each other's arms and walked down the aisle again. But after just 1 month, Kris wants a second divorce from Walter. Now Walter's got a new girlfriend.
If you're smart, you will listen to me before you get in any deeper with this man.
You never gave him the chance, Kris.
But Kris says the real problem is that Walter is a deadbeat dad who turned his back on their son.
We have a chronically ill child that has leukemia.
You walked out on this
No,
child.
I did not walk out on that son. You told me to.
Would I be here today if I told you to leave?
And now she wants him to pay.
Your child is sick and he goes to the doctor often. So why are you surprised that there's a bill? You think they do it free?
I am not going to pay $9,000 worth of hospital bills.
Oh my God!
Why am I sitting here? He's got it all figured out.
Today, Kris and Walter Reeder square off in Divorce Court.
All rise. Court is now in session. Mablean Ephraim presiding. You may be seated.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is the matter of Walter Reeder versus Kris Reeder. I'm advised by my court papers that you were married once for 5 years, divorced. Each of you married someone else. Then you remarried and you lived together for a month. And now you're ready to end the second marriage. What is that about, Mrs. Reeder?
I want a divorce. I want a divorce because this man is totally irresponsible. He is immature, and he has a total disregard for the welfare of his children.
And what does all that mean?
We have a chronically ill child that has leukemia. He has never even offered a penny to help pay for any of the medical bills.
Your child has leukemia?
I have a 9-year-old boy that was diagnosed at 5.5 years old.
I'm sorry to hear that. And he hasn't offered to pay one bill?
Wouldn't even come to the hospital when this child was on life support.
Mr. Reeder, please help me out. Tell me that you're not that inhumane
I'm
and
not.
incompassionate.
He wouldn't even come in the room. He could not come in the room to see this boy because he couldn't handle it. He was in the hallway because he couldn't handle it.
You have a picture, too.
Is that what you said? Sometimes some of us can't handle pain as well as others.
Your Honor, that's just not completely
you?
So. I'm sorry, I'm Kris's sister.
This is my oldest
That's
sister.
not completely true.
All right, step forward. I'm gonna let you talk now, but in the future, you wait till I acknowledge you.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, what's your name?
My name is Kim Trapolino.
And what can you add to this?
Well, I have been there they lived with me. I have watched Walter's behavior towards the children. He's not supportive.
So tell me I'm talking about the hospital.
The hospital, they had flown us all in. The doctors, Christopher was dying.
He was on life support.
And anyway, he was dying, and his own dad couldn't come into the priest was there. We had all joined hands at the foot of the bed and begging for life.
And the father didn't
And he
come
was
in?
outside. All you could hear is him in the hall just hollering. You couldn't make sense of what he was saying.
Was he hollering out of pain, or was he just hollering?
Well, his pain isn't real pain. To me, it's
to focus the
He was
attention
happy
on
with what he was
himself.
doing.
How do you decide whether someone's pain is real or not real? How do you determine that, Ms.
Trapolino.
Trapolino, how do you determine that?
Well, Walter's always been a good actor. He's been a good actor in everything that he's ever done. He has continually, I've watched him in his anger outbursts, and you better get out of the way because things are going to be flailed everywhere. He throws a fit on everything. As long as Walter's getting his needs met, he doesn't care about what happens the rest of it, and that's been continually shown throughout.
So what makes you an expert on the fact that because he was yelling and screaming, you said you didn't understand what he was saying, so which means that he was incoherent somewhat, right?
I understood that.
One moment.
I'm sorry to interrupt, ma'am, but I just can't keep sitting here and letting her bash him.
You weren't even there. You have not
No,
even
but
been in the picture for about a year
about
and a half.
this man.
You know what this man
And
has
this man
told
has
you.
ever
And if
tried
you're
to throw-
smart,
never tried to
if
throw
you're
anything and
smart,
never
you
tried
will
to start
listen to me
anything.
before you get in any
You
deeper
never gave
with this
him the
man.
chance, Kris. You never gave him the chance.
You don't know that.
You're
I've
a
been
new
there supporting
girlfriend or
through
something?
that.
She's a new
No, I've been with her-
girlfriend,
I've been
maybe a
with
year.
Walter for a
and
year
if
and
she
a
were
half.
smart,
Okay, I don't want the two of you fighting among
that's
yourselves.
fine. That's fine.
Not in my courtroom.
But I mean, as another human being, if she were smart, she would listen and take some of this in before getting any deeper with this
Well,
man.
let her make her own mistakes if she'd like to make them. You made it twice, it appears, so give her one chance.
Absolutely.
If she wants to do it once, let her do it.
Absolutely.
May I please add one
Just
thing?
let me finish with one witness at a time, and then I'll hear from you. What's your name?
Christina Morton.
All right, Ms. Morton, I'll hear from you in a moment.
Okay.
Your Honor, when Christopher was first born, he was diagnosed with, well, he had trouble from the beginning. Christy had to stay in what's called a Ronald McDonald House, where she attended to his all needs. What I'm trying to get a point to across to you is his immaturity and his selfishness kept him away from there. He wouldn't even take Christy to the doctor, back and forth. She had to take a taxi.
Okay, Ms. Rita, let her talk, please.
She had to take a taxi, and he wouldn't stay at that Ronald McDonald House because he couldn't smoke his cigarettes.
Why are we just focusing on my son? Why is this whole focus about just
Because
my
right
son?
now I'm asking some questions about that. Because I'm concerned that she's saying you're immature, you're irresponsible, and you didn't even care for your son.
That is not true.
Mrs. Tripoli, sit down. Let me see here what Ms. Morton has to say.
Yes, thank you.
Because she's just anxious. She keeps telling him to say something. You can't talk for yourself?
No, he can't. He's immature. He can't.
No, because you've put him down over the years so much that he
I
can't do
have
it.
offered him over the years
I've
so
been with
much
this
to
man.
help him. He couldn't
Honor.
even. He
Ms.
couldn't
Morton,
even work
stop.
an
Mrs.
extra
Reader,
job.
let Mrs. Morton talk to me.
I've been with this man for almost a year and a half.
You've been with him for almost a year and a half.
Yes, I have.
She was with him for 10 years.
Yeah, and I can tell you from being with this man for the past year and a half that he is a compassionate person.
So what is he doing for his 5-year-old son that has leukemia?
First of all, he has held down insurance for him up to about a year ago.
That's why I have all these medical bills.
Wait,
Those-
let her finish. He had insurance.
Those medical bills were taken care of already, almost all of them, by medical insurance and Medicaid.
And what's going on with the money that he's making for the children? Is he spending that on the children?
I haven't gotten a dime. I haven't gotten a dime.
We
I
have
have spent
offered to pay
over
you money.
$700.
We have offered to
in
send
getting the kids'
$55
school
a week
supplies,
out of his
getting them back
paycheck
to school,
direct
getting them
to her.
classes.
You've offered to send money.
Yes, we have offered.
Why do you have to offer? Why don't you just
can't
send
you
it?
send
Because she
it?
said she doesn't want it. She wants the insurance.
Oh my God! I don't want
She
their
said she
money.
does not want the money. She wants insurance, and it's in the works right now. We've already filled out
You've
the
offered to
paperwork.
send money and she's refused.
Yes,
Is that what
she
you're telling me?
refused the money.
Miss
She
Rita, you
did.
refused the money?
I'm paying out of pocket when
swear
they
on
don't
the
have
Bible, ma'am,
insurance
she
on
has
the kids.
refused
I'm
the
paying
money.
for this little child's medicine.
Have you refused the money?
Absolutely
That
not.
is a lie, Kris.
You told me
That is a lie.
that I could choose
That is-
child support or I could
And you
choose
said
I could
you
choose
wanted insurance.
And I told
Okay,
you.
What did you say?
Stop. She said choose child support, $55 a week.
I'm not talking
Hold
put
on,
money
Mrs.
in
Reader.
efforts.
I choose insurance.
And she chose.
And she
insurance.
chose insurance. That is not refusing the money. You trying to put it like she refused the money. She chose insurance because the insurance meets
You
her
need to
need
sit
better
down.
than $55 a week when you're talking about a child with leukemia. Is that so hard to understand?
No, it's not hard to understand, ma'am. But you know, we are both working and struggling ourselves right now. She makes $14 to $18 an hour.
No,
she
I
can't
make
hold
more
down
than
a
that,
job.
and I support 2 kids.
Walter has held down a job for almost 2 years.
I got
Walter
one thing.
finally wants to
Look at
talk.
this
Let him
baby.
say
I got one
something.
thing to add
Have a
to
seat,
this.
Ms. Morton.
She has not had her daughter in the last year. I have been supporting my daughter for the last year until up to June when she went
You
to live
have
back
your
with
daughter?
I did have her up till June when she went to live back with her mom. And I was keeping insurance up until for been about a year, a little over a year on both of the kids.
So what happened to the insurance, Mr. Reader?
I switched jobs because I wasn't happy with the job. I wasn't getting paid. I wasn't getting a raise, and I wasn't getting felt like I was getting treated fairly. So I switched to a different company, which paid me about the same amount of money.
So why you switched to a different company paying you the same amount of money and having to cancel insurance?
Because they wouldn't let me carry it over because I switched companies, and I was waiting for the insurance to go in effect in my new job. I filled out the paperwork for that to get that
And how
done.
long did that take? It's usually 30 days.
It's been like 3 months, but I've been.
3 months is not a year.
I know that's my negligence for doing that. I'm sorry about that.
Your negligence for doing what?
For not getting insurance any quicker.
So you switched jobs and didn't get insurance right away.
Yes, ma'am.
So you've been paying on the medical bills since he didn't have the insurance?
She never brought the medical bills up to me that I needed to pay on them. This is the first I've even heard of it. I mean, she brought this up in court about the medical bills out of surprise.
You weren't surprised that there were medical bills. Your child is sick and he goes to the doctor often. So why are you surprised that there's a bill? You think they do it free?
No, I don't.
Did you ever ask, is there a bill? Why not?
Because they can't get along.
You need to be quiet. I didn't ask you. What is the matter with you two people? Can you talk, Ms. Reader?
Yes, ma'am, but there is...
Can you talk, Mr. Reader?
Yes.
Why do these other two people think that they have to talk for you?
I don't know.
We just want to make sure that everything
Now
is
I can
heard.
understand. This marriage would never work. You in the business, Miss Tripolita, you the sister, right?
Yes,
Were you
ma'am.
doing this all the time?
No, ma'am.
It wasn't. It was.
And Miss Morton, you over here in the business. It'll never work.
When divorce court returns, Walter speaks up.
And I'm going to tell you
You
straight
ready to
up.
talk now, huh?
I am not going to pay $9,000 worth of hospital bills.
I thought this was my court, and I get to make decisions.
And tempers flare in the courtroom.
You told me to
Would I
leave.
be here today if I told you to leave?
If you would like to have the judge hear your case in divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or email us at www.divorcecourttv.com. Divorce Court is back in the case of Kris Reader, who is divorcing her husband Walter for a second time and accuses him of neglecting their chronically ill child.
Tell me something else. I know what part of the problem is. What else is going on?
Right now, my son, he's in remission, praise the Lord. In his chest is an implanted portacath, okay? This is a device that we have to give chemo and draw blood through. It's ready to come out so he can be a normal child and not have this in his chest. I can't even get it, I mean, it's ready, but until this man picks up insurance again or tells me he's not gonna and starts sending money where
Do you
I can
have
pay
insurance?
for insurance, I can't, I've talked to my employer and it won't be covered.
How much is the cost of this particular?
It's a surgical procedure. They put him to sleep, and it's about $3,500. They said between $3,500 and $4,000.
And so that's what you need immediately.
That's what I need immediately, plus the $9,000 in back.
There's $9,000 in expense.
There's $9,000 in unpaid medical bills.
Let me see those bills, please. $9,000 unpaid over what period of time?
They're all written out. I could show it to you.
We've
A
been
week or two
together,
at a
we've
time.
been together, we haven't been together, we've been together, not together. You know, you just cannot justify being together and trying to throw all these bills in my face right at one point
Since
over that.
1997, we
You
have
can't-
not been together.
Them
period.
bills have not been there since then.
They've
I mean,
been
they've been
approved.
off and on bills, and you cannot do that.
Miss Reader, you were married to him once, it didn't work.
There were at
And
least
he was
20
immature
times
and
that we got back
irresponsible.
together.
No,
That's
no.
not why we got, I mean, we were already separated
Chris.
for months at that time.
Why did you
It
remarry a man
admitted
that was
to
immature and
everybody-
irresponsible?
Because my marriage in between ended very, very, very badly. I got lonely, and I figured, you know, the kids love their dad.
You didn't remarry that man for the kids' sake.
I was lonely too. I
Thank
was
you.
ready for a
Tell the
man
truth.
too. Yeah.
It was the same kids that
And
you
I
had
mean,
when you left him, and so
absolutely.
now you left him the first time and you had the kids. So all of a sudden you marry him for the kids' sake.
No, that's not totally true.
I know it's not.
Here's what happened, and I'm gonna tell you
You
straight
ready to
up.
talk now, huh?
She said to me, if another bill comes in that we cannot handle to pay, you know, I was out of Dallas and was living in Booth, and she said, I'm going to end it. I'm walking out on you.
If
And-
another bill comes in that we can't pay, I'm walking out on
yeah, and that's not, you do not stay with someone whether, I mean, they stay with people, stay married for better or for worse, and for sickness or in health. You know, that's the way you do
Sickness
it.
and
So why
health.
did you remarry her a
You
second
walked
time?
out on this
No, I
child.
did not walk out on that son. You told me to
You
leave.
walked out on.
You-
Oh my God.
Walked out on
Would I be here today if I told you to leave? You walked out.
Who filed for divorce? Somebody would be here. Then that's why you're here.
That's why I'm here. Ma'am, there's the Beanie Baby collection. There's 60 or 70. I know that there's one that's a dragon that's worth at least $400. My daughter wants those back. I want him to pay for half of this divorce, and I want him to pay for the $9,000. There were over $100,000 in medical bills.
Anything
what
else you
happens.
want to tell me about what you want this court to decide?
I am not going to pay $9,000 worth of hospital bills.
Why am I sitting here?
He's got it all figured out. Your
He's
Honor.
got it all figured out. He already told me everything that he's going to do and not going to do.
Well, that's
so
what I
why
want.
am I wearing this black robe?
I'm sorry.
I thought this was my court.
It is.
And I get to make decisions.
You do. You asked me what I wanted. That's what I wanted.
No, you didn't tell me what you wanted. You told me what you weren't going to do.
Oh,
And
well,
there's a
I meant-
big difference.
I meant what I wanted.
Oh. What else needs to be discussed?
Well, we could talk about all the money that my mom has loaned you to get that car you had, and then you never paid it back, only $1,000 of it.
Talk
And-
about the money that your mother loaned her to get a car.
Yeah.
And she didn't pay it back?
Nope.
Why do we want to talk about that?
Is your mama here?
Why do we want to
Because
talk about that?
we were together whenever the bills were accumulated for my son. What is that? That's not relevant to any of this at all either?
Let me see something that shows that your mother loaned you money.
Sir. Are you going to sit there and deny it?
Absolutely.
Oh, really?
Absolutely.
You're going to sit there and deny that?
She loaned us the money.
I said
I paid
us.
back my $1,000 of it.
It was $3,000. Who was driving the
Total.
car? Total. I was.
Okay, stop. This says that on one particular occasion, she loaned $3,000 and $1,000 has been repaid. On several other occasions, she advanced $200 to $400, and I don't know what several other occasions is, and I don't know if it was $200 or $400 or somewhere in between. So how am I supposed to figure out what you owe your mother?
We both owe her
And
a
what
lot.
does that have to do
What do
with
you owe
these
her?
children?
What do you owe your mother?
Everything.
How much in total?
I don't know.
Oh, that's what I thought. Give
Okay.
it back to him.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I don't think so. I need to know if he's going to pick up insurance or not, or if he's going to
I
start
need
paying
to
some
know.
child
I need to
support.
know whether I'm gonna get a guarantee whenever I call down there to talk to my kids. If it's her having a bad day, where I'm gonna get to talk to them or not.
Well, in terms of custody of the children and speaking to them, I'm going to send you to mediation
Okay.
to resolve that issue.
Okay.
When divorce court returns, the judge renders her verdict.
The priority is to pay these medical bills. For his sake, for your daughter's sake. Grow up. Be adults. Think about them for a minute.
Closed captioning for divorce court provided by Divorce court is back in session and the verdict is in the case of Kris Reader versus Walter Reader.
Back in the matter of Walter Reader versus Kris Reader. After giving this matter careful thought, that's what took me some time, it is my opinion that the most important issue here today is the payment of these medical bills for your son. The Beanie Babies are ordered sold to apply toward the payment of the $3,500 surgical procedure, which you've testified that your son needs immediately. Each parent is ordered to pay one half of the outstanding medical bills, which is $4,983.05 apiece. You make the payments every month until the bills are paid. The $3,000 owed to your mother for the car, the reason I allowed it is because both of you admitted that she loaned you the money to purchase the car. You've paid back $1,000 as he stated. That was a joint repayment, even if it was out of your pocket and you were the one working. So there is a $2,000 balance owed to your mother, Mr. Reader's mother. Each of you is responsible for one half. Repay the money to Ms. Reader's mother. But that is not going to be my priority. The priority is to pay these medical bills. For his sake, for your daughter's sake, grow up. Be adults. Think about them for a minute.
I don't understand why my daughter's Beanie Babies have to be sold to pay for her brother's medical bills. This is my daughter's Beanie Baby collection.
You think about it. Your daughter is a child. The Beanie Babies were purchased by the two of you with your monies. It's community money. Your son has a need. Do you have the money to pay? You told me you didn't.
No, but I
Because
was thinking of
I'm
the
more
importance.
concerned about his need than the Beanie Babies
I can
and your
make
daughter's
payments.
collection. She's not going to die because those Beanie Babies are gone. She can get some more. Can your son get another life?
Absolutely not. Absolutely.
So that's the way you explain it to her. We can buy some more Beanie Babies, but we're trying to keep your brother alive. Okay?
Thank you.
That's the order of the court.
All rise. Parties may leave the courtroom.
If you would like to have the judge hear your case in divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or email us at www.divorcecourttv.com. If you would like to have the judge hear your case in divorce court, Call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or email us at www.divorcecourttv.com.
It's just a bad situation all the way around. Maybe today will prompt him to be a more active father.
Focused in on him right off and tried to make the judge feel sorry for him.
And the little boo-hoo, you know.
Oh. No.
But you can't change a man. I've learned that.